Well, morning ladies and gents, welcome to Monday morning, and it's the 12th of February now, and it's rather cold actually. It's bitter this morning. I've just come down to the caravan site because I was having a look at, I had another mole down here. I caught him the other week, but another one's taking its place. What I thought I'd do is a bit of a catch up on this hedging around here, because it's been just over a year now since I put this lot in. It was December 22 that I put this hedge in, and since it seems to be the most popular video at the moment is the hedge planting of the whips, I thought we'd do a bit of an update. So they're looking really good actually. Very few have died off. If you go through them and check them all, they've all got a plant on it, bar a couple down that side I think. So there'll be a couple of 100, 300 in this bit. You kind of go for 1 in 10 dying off. So if I'd have got 1 in, well, if I got 3 in 300, I've done pretty well I think. And that was even with the ground being frozen when I planted these, which I really didn't know if they were going to take or not, to be fair. But yeah, they're looking well. As you can see, they're all budding up really nicely now. We've just got to that turn in spring, well, winter springtime, so it's sap's rising. Maybe hard to tell as well on the ends, if that'll focus. Ooh, very well. The horse is actually gnawed off the end of these, which is a bit of a pain in the bum. I thought they might do, but as long as I don't pull them out of the ground, which is the main bit, it's not too bad. See, like that one's really been gnawed off, but what it will do is make it bush out a bit more anyway. What we'll find is the hedge will try and grow now more to this side than it will that side, so we just have to trim that with a hedge cutter when the time comes. So if you haven't been here and you haven't seen this and you've just seen, I don't know, maybe the other hedge cutting video, hedge planting video, cutting. If you haven't seen the other hedge planting video, basically I'd sprayed off this section where the hedge was going to go previous to planting it. We slot planted it, so put the spade straight in the ground, moved it backwards and forwards, and put in the whip into the ground, heeled it in, and then spiraled it with a cane. So each one of these has got its own little plastic spiral and a cane in it. There's different colours here to those ones because they were a year older than that one. They just deteriorated with sunlight a bit. So yeah, it was then wood chipped as well over the ground, and for the last year or so I've actually been spot spraying in between, try and remove as much of the weeds as possible. What the wood chip does, it just keeps the moisture in the ground and actually feeds it when the bark starts deteriorating, or the wood starts deteriorating. Basically ends up a bit like a woodland in effect, which is what a lot of these woody plants like. So yeah, they've done really well. These were, I think these were a 2+2 for the height, which means they've been 2 years like a seedling, and then put out into like a growing bed, if you like. It could also be a 1+2, which should be a year in a seed bed being grown, and then 2 years outside in a nursery, in a stock nursery. So yeah, not done too bad. Alright, we'll go across the other side where the gear is and I'll show you the other ones that we planted. Right, so this is the other stretch that I did as well. Just goes down to far end there. Well, not to the end of the fence because I did that previous, but most of this down here was all planted until it gets the big stuff again. What I should have mentioned on the other side was these were 60cm whips, or 600mm whips, which is why I don't really know how old they are because we bought them in. But yeah, these are 60cm whip. So yeah, a whip like that's put on basically from where my fingers are, where my thumb is, to the end there. Again, with that one it's even bigger. So they've put some good growth on this year. Again, these ones down here were pretty good apart from the far end where the horses managed to get reds over it and pull all the spirals off, so they've been chewed a bit. But again, very few that have gone. If you look down here, there's one there that's disappeared, but the whole guard's disappeared. So I think the horse is probably taking it away. Another one, yeah, another one there. But they're alright. Another one there looking like it's struggling. Another one there, so yeah, possibly 1 in 10. But what does happen here, or somewhere down here, can't remember where, probably somewhere here, is I actually put some 90 centimetres in, because that's all they had in, and they really didn't like it. Quite a few of them struggled, and you can see there's a few of them that aren't doing too well in this section down this end, compared to these ones down here. I have noticed that before, that the 60 centimetres are better than the 90s. They just seem to take better. Why, I have no idea. Presumably because they're a bit younger still. But yeah, they've done really well. As you can tell, it's not like it's a particularly dry area around here. But same principle again as the other side. This is all sprayed off first. This didn't actually this didn't get any wood chip on this one. You can see all weeds are under it. It was a bit of an experiment on my half. Plus this isn't really in the public show anyway, so it doesn't have to be as tidy as the other ones. But yeah, again, they're coming out quite nicely now. They're budding up, leafing up, ready for another year. And yeah, down here the horses strips them off. So there's no spiral guards on it. Good points and bad points with the spiral guards. Good points is the rabbits won't eat them because of the plastic. Granted, deers will eat anything unless it's 6 foot high. But yeah, none of these have been eaten by rabbits. The voles can still get to them, which is a bit of a pain. I have had a few that have been gnawed off by them. Not on this hedge or the other hedge, but another one. They can be expensive as well, but on the plus side, you're not losing your money's worth. Another slight downside to these is your first branches don't tend to come down here. They'll leaf up, like you can see in that one. It'll leaf up, but it pretty much kills those branches off unless you can get the spirals off early enough, which I tend to do after about 4 or 5 years, and then reuse them. Whereas these ones down here, because they've been open to the elements and growth, they can put on all the side shoots straight away and fill out, so you get a thicker hedge lower down. But it swings and roundabouts. But yeah, it's looking quite good there. Well, I think I'm going to miss this site in the middle of summer. Hayfield's gone again, so I think Girls Winterfield has, and probably what, an acre and a half, 2 acres of the boys field here.